we good? I think so. Okay. Nope, not that one. That. And then there's that. Hi, Becca. Hi, Jules. Sorry, I was trying to... My computer closed out of my tab I had open, which was not helpful because I needed food. Here we go. Okay. That one. And then this one. Okay. And this one. Oh my goodness. One of these days I will be like fully ready to do this whenever it's time for me to start. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Now, here's the question. Hi, Becca. Thank you. Ooh, okay. Yes, this is good. But I don't want that one. Why is it so tiny? You see all my notes for today? Let's do... Aha, there we go. I am, Becca, and I'm talking about spooky season stuff today too, so I figured it was a good day for Haunted Mansion stuff. Here we go. Okay, beautiful. Ah, nope, not that. Don't do that. I'm gonna put me, I don't know. Where should I go? Up here, maybe. Up here. Nope, can't see me there. There we go. This is all this tech stuff that I just like... I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. I gotta make sure. Okay, if I'm there, you can see me. That's good. Hi, Wags. Hi, Rhonda. Okay, perfect. And so then if I do that, haha, success. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, I am, oh my gosh, so excited. Here, let's do this. I'm going to, before we start doing all of our things, we gotta look. Oh, come on. Oh, my computer is protesting me. Hello. Oh no, I broke it. Thanks, Wags. Here we go. This is what we're looking for here. Oh, why is it not loading? We're not loading. Just kidding. Ah, don't do that. What just happened? What is going on here? This is some silliness. There we go. Why won't this load? What is happening? Okay, I guess it's just not going to load. What I was trying to show you was this. Here we go. They took the scrim down. Why does it keep doing that? I think it's this website. I'm going to just blame WDWNT. Because it's not loading anything. Anyway, what I was trying to show you was that they took the scrim down. Thanks, Rhonda. What if Okay, I'm not going to touch it. Nope, see? I know, Becca, I know. But they're the only ones that I saw that had good photos of it. Here, let's look. Let's look somewhere else. Haunted Mansion. Hi, Pax. Not Skyrim. Here we go. Let's try this one instead. There we go. Look how pretty she looks. Look how pretty she is. I love this. It looks so good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. They still have to finish the work on the bottom, but they took all of the scrim down. Oh, it looks so good. I love the details. Hi, Anna. I think it looks so nice, especially when you look. Do they have photos on here about, it looks so good, about what they changed? It's like all this stonework, right? They made it like two-toned, which I just love. I think it looks so, so good. Did they have photos on this one of what it used to look like? I don't think they did. The other one did. Here, let's try it. We'll see. We'll give WDWNT one more shot at loading. Oh, this was the one from yesterday. Yeah, it's just their website. Their website is awful. Which, again, like Becca said, I shouldn't be surprised. But it looks so good. It looks so good. Okay. There we go. Back to what we're supposed to be talking about today, right? There we go. I know. She looks so good. Why? Okay. Hold on a second now. Why am I off to one side here? There we go. Okay. We're good, right? We're good. Okay. All the tech things are hopefully good. Hopefully good now. If you can see me and you can hear me, that's what matters right now, right? So happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining in and hanging out. We're going to talk about Halloween stuff today, which again is so wild, being that it's, hi Kate, being that it is like, what, July 31st. Kate, did you see the link? We were just looking at it, to the article I sent you about about Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom. You literally popped in. We were just looking at the photos and just talking about how good it looked. I sent you that article this morning. I figured you were sleeping when I sent it to you because it was too early. But it looks so good. But yes, we're going to talk about Halloween. We're going to talk about what is new this year. And I'm going to talk about some of my favorite things that I like at Halloween time. So it's going to be so fun. Yay! I know, Kate, right? It looks so good. You were sleeping. I figured. So we're going to talk about that. And and yeah, just have a good time chatting about Halloween stuff this year. So I have a list of what's new that we can talk about, and we'll go from there. So that's the plan for today. I got my Haunted Mansion ears on in honor of the scrim coming down and the new paint job, and in honor of Halloween. So, all right. Gotta get some coffee in my bloodstream before I jump in here. And I'm gonna not forget to start my recording this time like I did last week. For those of you that were here, I got like 7 minutes in and I was like, I didn't hit go on my record button on here. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna start it now. Beautiful. All right, let's hop on in and we can have all sorts of fun talking about Halloween time. So, welcome everybody to another episode of Mom Street USA. I am your host, Jackie, and on today's episode, we are talking about Disney spooky season. So, we are talking all about this year, 2026, what is new, and kind of just an overview a little bit about the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And then at the end of today's episode, I'm going to chat a little bit about what some of my favorite things are about Halloween time at Walt Disney World, specifically Magic Kingdom. That's what we're going to really focus on today because, unfortunately, Disney doesn't do a really great job at Disney World of kind of like spreading the love for the decor and some of the theming. Now they are getting better. Last year we did see some expansion of not only Halloween but also Christmas, where it wasn't just focused on really just Main Street. So hoping to see that again more in the coming year for all of the holidays that are coming up, but we're really going to primarily focus on Magic Kingdom today because that is where most of the spooky season at Disney World takes place. So next week officially starts Halloween season at Walt Disney World, which is absolutely crazy because the very first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is literally a week from the day that I'm recording this. So August 7th is the very first party for this year. So it's time we got to talk about it, right? So the main draw of this time of year at Walt Disney World is, of course, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So this is a special ticketed event that is run several nights a week at Magic Kingdom starting August 7th all the way until Halloween, October 31st is the final party for this year of 2026. The cost ranges anywhere from $119 per ticket to $229 depending on the night and how close you are to Halloween. The earlier you are in the season, typically the cheaper it is for you to be able to go. Those dates that are closer to Halloween, and in fact Halloween has already sold out for this year, but those are going to be closer to that $229 range that you see. The parties are generally every Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, and then once we get to like the end of September, they do add Thursdays in there as well. So this is, like I said, a special ticketed event. You do have to have a specific ticket for Mickey's Not So Scary in order to be able to go. This event is great for all ages. And we've done episodes on this event in the past. Last summer, we did a ton of episodes on spooky season that Duck and Jess joined us for. We've highlighted this event several times on Mom Street USA. And really, other than the things we're going to talk about today, the overall event itself hasn't really changed much. And primarily what you're going to see today is the biggest changes are the food offerings. So what you can expect as far as entertainment and trick-or-treating and those types of things are all pretty much the same. So if you want like a detailed overview of the party, go to one of those episodes because today we're just focused on what is new for 2026. And then, of course, some of my favorites here at the end. So new for this year, I kind of broke this down into the different categories that you see across the parks just in general. So we're going to talk rides, we're going to talk characters, we're going to talk entertainment, and we are going to talk food as like our primary categories, and then a little bit about merch at the end also. So, as far as rides go, just a quick note that every year, Not So Scary Halloween Party has themed ride overlays for the Teacups, Space Mountain, and Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. They also tend to have live performers in the graveyard right outside of Haunted Mansion. So, this year, there are no new ride overlays, but those ones are expected to be around as they have been in the past. And also worth noting that this year is exciting because Big Thunder Mountain's going to be open again. So it's not going to have any overlay or anything like that, but it's just open again and something that you can enjoy at your party for Not So Scary. Thanks, Kate. Have fun prepping. All right, so let's talk characters now. There are a few new character interactions that we are expecting to see this year. This first one has me so excited. And this is one of the reasons that I really would love to go to Not So Scary Halloween Party this year. Don't have any plans at this moment, but I would love to go. There is a brand new masquerade with Stitch. So this is not a true character meet and greet from what I understand, but it is an experience that you can meet Stitch, Lilo, and Angel. Angel is never around. So, oh, that's so exciting. But you can join Stitch and his pals Lilo and Angel at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage in Tomorrowland. So this stage is the one that is kind of it's how do I want to describe it? It kind of is situated in front of the bathrooms next to Space Mountain, kind of between Space Mountain and Carousel of Progress. It's the iconic stage where they always have at these events some sort of dance party or experience or DJ or something like that for the parties, right? So that is where they are going to be. And in this experience, Stitch is hosting an ever changing masquerade. So, after getting his paws on Lilo's costume trunk, every accessory he tries on sparks a theme swap. So, it's going to keep the party playfully unpredictable all night long. So, you're going to see lots of different costume changes and prop changes from Lilo, Stitch, and Angel over at this experience. I literally would pay the entire ticket cost just to be able to go and do that. I have met Angel one time at a Moonlight Magic event that I was very fortunate to get invited to by my good friend Becca, and it was so much fun. I was in heaven getting to do just like a dance party with Lilo, or Lilo wasn't there, but getting to do a dance party with Stitch and Angel. It was absolutely amazing. So that is going to be so much fun and a super cool new thing for this year. Another thing that is new for character based things this year is a new Spirited Swashbucklers experience. So, this is something that I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about, in that over in Adventureland, they're going to see Captain Jack Sparrow has dropped anchor to lead a swashbuckling series of pirate antics. So it's like a whole interactive experience with Captain Jack Sparrow over in Adventureland. So I'm really fascinated to see what this is like. Part of me wonders if they're going to take like the Pirates League that's already over there, like that experience that you can do, and just kind of add Jack Sparrow into it. So that's going to be really interesting as reports come out in the following weeks with what that really looks like. But that sounds super fun. And I love these new like character experiences. Yes, they're not true character meet and greets, but I don't know. As a kid, I feel like it's a lot more fun to get to interact and dance with or run around Adventureland with your favorite characters rather than just getting to talk to them for 30 seconds and snap a photo. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority in that, but I feel like that experience is going to be so much more fun for kids that are going to the party. So that's super cool. One other thing that I do just want to mention is there were some rumors, and these are only rumors. Nothing of this nature has been like officially confirmed by Disney, but there were a ton of rumors that were circulating when Disney first announced the dates and everything back for Not So Scary, that Disney World was going to be getting more villains for their Halloween season this year. So Disneyland out in California famously has their treat trail during their Oogie Boogie Bash, which is their equivalent to Not So Scary. Different event, but it's their Halloween event. And they have a ton of villains on these big stages that you walk by and interact with and things like that. So Disneyland is famous for having tons of villains just like available during these parties. Disney World historically has not had a ton of villains available. They're in the stage show, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but they're not just like out and available as much. So there were rumors that some of the little promo there were rumors that some of the little promo things that they put out online were going to be including more villains just like wandering through the party. So I am so excited to see what happens on Friday night and to see if there are in fact more villains out, or if Disney was just using the villains to try to get people to come. Who knows, right? I'm sure there was some marketing thought process behind that, but that is a rumor that has yet to be confirmed. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So those are kind of your character interaction new things for 2026. Let's talk briefly about entertainment, and then we're going to jump into food, and there's a ton of new food. So that'll be what we spend quite a bit of time kind of detailing in here just shortly. But let's talk about entertainment. So in the past years, sorry, let me try that again. So, in the past years with entertainment, there has been a Destination Descendants party that has happened inside of Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe. So, this is a Descendants themed dance party that you can go and attend. For those of you that don't know, Descendants is a movie franchise on the Disney Channel that highlights the children of all of the well-known characters in the Disney universe, right? The most recent one just came out a few weeks ago, and it highlighted Red, who is the Queen of Hearts' daughter, and Chloe, who is Cinderella's daughter, and several other characters, new characters to that one also, which I love the Descendants franchise. But I do just want to mention this because I anticipate that this year's party will have new songs and dances for the newest movie. So if you've got a kiddo that is a massive Descendants fan and they love, or maybe they just are finding the Descendants franchise and they love the newest movie that literally just came out, this dance party is all completely inspired by the Descendants movies. So I would anticipate that they are going to have some from the newest movie, Wicked Wonderland, happening at this party. So definitely want to check that out if that's something that interests your group. Okay, we're going to take just a second because I got to make sure I have all these food photos pulled up here. Okay. We did have a blast, Becca. That was so much fun. Okay, let me see now if I... go here. And... oops, not that one. I want to go here. And I want to do this one. There we go. Okie dokie. Aha, perfect. Okay. Success. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had that ready to go because I am technologically challenged when it comes to some of that stuff. And I needed to make sure. Kirk would be proud of me because I figured out a lot of this after he yelled at me last time I had him on when we were talking about water parks. He was telling me how I needed to do more with my setup here, and I was like, okay. Okay. this mug. I love this mug. It does not, because like, look how cute it is. But I feel like the heat escapes so quickly. It does not actually help keep this hot at all. Okay. Let's talk about food now that it's lunchtime for a lot of us that are here and we can all be hungry together. So, okay. So our next category that we're going to talk about is food, and there is quite a lot of new food that is coming to Not So Scary Halloween Party this year. So what I use to kind of go through this is the Disney Parks blog. So if you are ever looking for like the best news and the most reliable information about like what is happening, excuse me, about what is happening over at Disney, this is the best place to look. So they have released their foodie guide for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We're going to talk about what is new. Like I said, the menus are one of the biggest things that do change year to year, but there are a lot of familiar favorites that stay around. So it really just depends on the year as far as what, there we go, as far as what is new, what is not, those types of things. So the first thing that we are going to talk about here is there we go, is at Casey's Corner. So there's no photo for this one, but at Casey's Corner, there's going to be a new Headless Horseman treat, which is a pumpkin pie tart topped with whipped cheesecake, spiced caramel panna cotta, candied pecans, and marshmallow buttercream flames. And that is a party exclusive that is only going to be served during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So that one's super fun. The Main Street Bakery has some items, but I'll be honest with you, they're kind of meh because they do tend to sit in the case a lot. So they're not quite as good. But let's talk about over at the Plaza. So the Plaza has their normal ice cream, but then they also have their restaurant, which, why is this not loading? There we go. I was like, why am I missing things? Hold on. Was there a photo for that? Am I crazy? There was a photo for it. Here we go. Okay. Let's do this again. There we go. Okay. I was like, I thought there were photos for all of these. It just hadn't loaded because my computer was still protesting from when I was trying to load WDWNT earlier. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to talk about is over at Casey's Corner, and that is this Headless Horseman's treat that they are going to have, and it is a pumpkin pie tart topped with whipped cheesecake, spiced caramel panna cotta, candied pecans, and marshmallow buttercream flames around the outside. And it looks so cute. I love the look of that. I think that's so fun and kind of iconic for the party. I just absolutely love that. So super cute. It is a party exclusive, so you can only get it at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So the next thing we're going to talk about now is the Plaza restaurant. Let's see here. Here we go. So over at the Plaza restaurant, there is this new, there we go, Devilish Crispy Chicken Sandwich, which is a ghoulish spiced mayo, red cabbage, and Fresno peppers on a black Kaiser roll served with French fries. And this you can actually get during the day and at the party. So this is not a party exclusive, but it is a Halloween exclusive item that you can get over at the Plaza restaurant that I think sounds interesting. I'm not I don't know. I'm not a cabbage person, so I don't know. That would probably like not be a good choice for me, right? If we continue down here, they also have this, there we go, the Phantom Pecan Caramel Cheesecake. This looks really good. It is layers of New York and caramel cheesecake with dulce de leche, chocolate ganache, and pecans on a chocolate crust. And this also is a party and day guest option that you can get. So it is available for both. So if you have a dining reservation over at the Plaza Restaurant for either the day during normal hours or during the party, you can get both of these items over there. So now I will also mention that a couple of the places that we're going to talk about here, the Plaza Restaurant being one of them, is a location that you are going to want to get a reservation for. But just be really careful, because if you are not planning to do the party, you have to keep an eye on what time your reservation is, because it cannot be after regular park hours are over, or they will not let you in. So if you do not have a party ticket and it is after the, 7 o'clock time, I believe that the party starts, just be warned of that and just make sure you're paying attention to that when you're doing your advanced dining reservations. So the Plaza Restaurant is one of those that you want to make sure, and I'll mention those as we go through also. Next, moving down our list here on Disney Parks blog is the lunching pad. Has a brand new, oh, and I am in the way. Let me put myself on this side instead, maybe. A brand new cake pop that is Hades themed, and I think the shape of this is so much fun. It is a Mexican hot chocolate cake with popping candies dipped in chocolate with a blue marshmallow fire tip on the top. So that is a party exclusive item, so you can only get that if you are there during the party, and the lunching pad is over in Tomorrowland. So I think that is a super fun little themed little treat. I'm a little concerned about the size because it looks very small, and I have a feeling that Disney may overcharge for it. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and find out what they are asking for that. But I think it is a super cute, super fun themed little cake pop option for anyone who's visiting the party. Moving ourselves down now to Cosmic Rays. Cosmic Rays in Tomorrowland. The first item that they have that is new this year is the Fangtastic Garlic Butter Burger. So it is Angus beef with boursin and brie fondue, crispy onions, and garlic pickles on a toasted black bun served with French fries. So definitely a good option. I feel like Cosmic Rays gets a lot of flack for their regular menu, but I always feel like them and Pinocchio Village House always do really, really well during the parties and like their different options that they have. So we'll see how this one stacks up to anything else that they've had, but I think it looks good. It is a party only exclusive, so you do have to wait until the party hours start in order to be able to get that from Cosmic Rays. The next item I feel like is going to be iconic for this season, and that is this Queen of Hearts tart that they are offering this year. So this is actually going to be able to be found at 2 different locations depending on when you're looking for it. So if you are there during the day, your day guest people that are looking for this Queen of Hearts tart, which is a sour cherry tart, you can find this over at Cheshire Cafe. So that is the little window cafe that is right down the walkway from the teacups. So if you're looking for that during the day, that's where you're going to find it. Now, if you are looking for it during the party, you will not be able to find it at Cheshire Cafe. You're going to have to go over to Storybook Treats in Fantasyland, which is around the corner from Pooh Bear, kind of. So that is where you're going to want to look for that there. But either place you can find it is like I said, a sour cherry pie filling in this tart, which I think looks so cutely decorated with the little Queen of Hearts card on the front with all that frosting. Looks super yummy. I love this. And just a note that every year Disney Parks blog now has started for all of these different events. They release like a kid-friendly menu that are like their top choices for kids that are visiting, and this item is on that list this year. So I think it's going to be a really nice pairing between the super sweet frosting with the sour cherry. I think it's going to go really, really well together. So that one is a super cute option for anybody. And like I said, you can get it at 2 different locations where depending on when you are visiting and when you are looking for it during the day. Let's move now to Be Our Guest, and let's keep going. Here we go. Okay. So let's move now to Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest is one of those locations, like I mentioned earlier, that you are going to need to get a reservation for if you do plan to visit during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So make sure that you are looking at that whenever your eligibility window opens for your dining. But over at Be Our Guest, they have a couple new things that you can try if you do snag a reservation. The first being this beef short rib. And the description is it is slowly cooked in a Cabernet Sauvignon with figs, butternut squash puree, and roasted fall vegetables. It is a party exclusive, so you can only try that if you are visiting Be Our Guest during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. If you're not, sorry, it's not going to be on the menu for you. The other option that they have there during the party is this drink, which is an apple cider margarita, which I thought sounded really interesting. So it is Terramana Blanco Tequila, Grand Marnier Liqueur, and apple cider. So that sounds like a really interesting, kind of fun fall flavor to have with your dinner at Be Our Guest. Again, it is party exclusive. You can only find it during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So if those two things, along with the other stuff that they have there, right, they have another drink and then they have this, they make the Forbidden Rose from the gray stuff also during the party timing as well. If those sound like items that you would like to try, then you're going to need to snag yourself a reservation over at Be Our Guest. And again, just be aware that during the party weeks, you have to just be really careful about those dining reservations to make sure that you know whether or not you are going to be able to get in. Because again, if it's after that party time, you have to have a party ticket in order to do dining at those locations. I think I'm going to say that a couple more times tonight, just to make sure everybody really knows, because that's one of the hardest things about dining is those little random details that pop up, right? And that you can't always predict because you don't always know what you don't know, right? So another location where you are going to need to have a reservation, absolutely 100% for sure, is Cinderella's Royal Table. So Cinderella's Royal Table is the restaurant in which you eat inside of the castle. And like I said, definitely need a reservation for that one. I think that's the last one that you're going to need a reservation for, but we'll see as we go down through our list here. But their new item for this year is the chicken cauldron is what they're calling it. And if you look at the photo, you can see it's served in a cute little dish that looks that way. But it is served with black truffle sauce, root vegetables, and a potato pumpkin puree with your chicken. So that sounds really interesting. Again, lots of pumpkin-y, apple-y flavors, root vegetables we've seen a couple times on the menu. So definitely some good new options that are a little bit savory also. Disney historically sends all of their sweet stuff to Magic Kingdom and a ton of their savory stuff to Disneyland during these party events. So over the past 2 years, it's been nice to see Magic Kingdom get some more savory options and not just all sweet treats that are themed for the event. So this is another really great savory option if you want to put your money towards Cinderella's Royal Table, because do remember that's one of those really costly advanced dining reservations you can get, and you do have to pay for that one when you book it. So keep that in mind also. Moving on now to something totally different, which is Pinocchio Village House. You definitely do not need a reservation for this one. This is a quick service location located in the back of Fantasyland. And over here, they have 2 new items on their list for the Halloween season. Again, Cosmic Rays, Pinocchio Village House, I tend to really like their offerings that they have at the parties. So this first one is a sweet option. It is the Cruella cookie sandwich. Come on. The theming for this is so stinking cute with the Dalmatian spots, and I love it. It's adorable. But it is chocolate cookies that are filled with raspberry ganache and then dipped in white chocolate with sprinkles on the top. And it is a party exclusive. I think it looks really good. The cookies, as long as they're soft, I think this one could knock it out of the park. But we'll have to see how that works out because, it's a little hit or miss with some of that stuff at Disney. You tend to have a better chance, and I think that's why Cosmic Rays and Pinocchio Village House do better during the parties because stuff doesn't sit around as often because you're not making it all day long. You're only making it for the party and then you're only offering it for that evening. So it's a little quicker turnaround from the time it's being made to the time it's being consumed. So that would be my guess as far as that goes. But I think that's a really great option to try if you are someone that is visiting doing the party this year. And then the other new offering that they have over there is this chicken sandwich, and it is a fra diavolo, I believe is how you say that, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing any of this wrong. That is not my strong suit. But it is a fra diavolo chicken sandwich, which is a fried chicken breast with fra diavolo sauce, cheese, basil pesto, and arugula on a ciabatta bun served with French fries. And again, that is a party exclusive item, so you can only order that during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Now, I will mention before we jump to our next location while I'm thinking about it is these items that you find at these quick service locations or any other location that is a location that you can do mobile order on, you are going to be able to mobile order for those locations. However, keep in mind that there is an hour window between the end of park hours and the beginning of party hours where mobile ordering will be turned off. So, for example, let's use the first night of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party as our little guide here. So if I look on the hours on either My Disney Experience, the Disney website, wherever you're looking for them, I can see that on the 7th, which is the first night, the first party night, Magic Kingdom technically closes at 6 p.m. The party technically starts at 7 p.m. So from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m., you will not be able to mobile order. They turn that off. They flip their system over. They don't want day guests to have access to the party stuff. So just keep that in mind and don't panic if you don't see it. It's not going to show up as available until 7 o'clock when the party actually starts. And then at that point in time, you can hit submit and get your mobile order in. But from that window from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, which is really unfortunate timing because that's like prime dinner time, right? So depending on what you're trying to eat, you need to just plan accordingly because you're likely, if you're planning to eat dinner at the party, you're likely going to need to plan on like a 7 or 7:30 dinner time because it's going to take that long for you to be able to mobile order or even just walk in and get them, right? Now, some of these locations you can get in line to order your party food prior to 7 p.m., but I wouldn't count on it. So just plan your food accordingly. Grab a snack before you go to the party, or if you're in the parks all day, make sure you're eating an afternoon snack so that way you are not getting hangry before you're able to get access to this delicious food that you want to have from the party. So just something to keep in mind. Make sure you don't get stuck without dinner during yours or your kiddos' hangry window. So plan accordingly for that. Let's see, where are we at here? Let's keep on going down now to Sleepy Hollow. Oh, before we do, look how that's so stinking cute. A little slushy with the ghost on it. I love it. I love this too. Columbia Harbor House has this little s'mores cup that has little eyeballs on the on the marshmallows. They're so fun. So a lot of this some of the stuff that you'll see that I'm scrolling by as we are going through this list here is just not new, right? It may be Halloween or fall exclusive, but it's just not new. So the next new item that we have over at Sleepy Hollow is the Doom Buggy dumplings. So if you don't know, the Doom Buggy is the name of the ride vehicle over at the Haunted Mansion. So this is named for that. And these are chicken dumplings with a red miso gocha. I don't know how to say that. How do you say that word? Gocha. Is that an H sound? Gochujang? Gochujang? Anybody know how to say that before I put it out on the internet? What sound does the J make? I need Lem. I feel like Lem would know how to say this. Gochujang. Okay, I thought it was an H and then I didn't want to be wrong. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so this is a chicken dumplings with red miso. Wait, now you're confusing me. Is it J or H? Gochujang sauce? It's a J sound. Okay. Thank you, Anna. I was like, I don't know what to do with all of those messages in the chat. Thank you for helping me. Your autocorrect is broken. I feel that. I was trying to say something to someone the other day in chat and the same thing kept happening. I was like, I can't. Okay. So this is chicken dumplings with red miso gochujang sauce, furikake, and chili threads. So that is quite a mouthful. Apologies if I said that wrong. It is a party exclusive over at Sleepy Hollow. So if you want that, you're going to have to grab it during the party for that. The other thing that they are going to have this year is a take on their chicken and waffles that is new. And that is going to be this graveyard hot chicken and waffle. So this is a Nashville hot chicken strip with blue cornmeal waffle and pickled ranch. And that is also a party exclusive. So a fun kind of spooky take on their normal chicken and waffles that you can get over at Sleepy Hollow. And again, a party exclusive for that. And then the final item over here at Sleepy Hollow is this Hatbox Ghost Pop. So we've seen this over at, I think it was Columbia Harbor House that normally has like a Haunted Mansion themed cake pop like this, but this year they have a Hatbox Ghost one. So this is chocolate crumbs layered with chocolate mousse and dulce de leche topped with blue crispy pearls and a chocolate piece that's got a cute little Hatbox Ghost on there. This looks so cute. I don't know. People were hit or miss about the Madame Leota Haunted Mansion one that, like I said, I think is at Columbia Harbor House before. So I don't know about this one. I think it's adorable. It looks so, so cute, but I don't know whether or not this is one that I would try personally. Now I'm just thinking about, yeah, they don't have it at Columbia Harbor House this year, do they? Because I just scrolled up and the only thing they're showing is that s'mores cup. So maybe they don't have it. Maybe that's why. Maybe they swapped over and now they're doing this Hatbox Ghost version instead. We'll have to wait and see when the full menus drop on Friday for that. But I think it's super cute. Don't know whether or not it would be worth your money for that little treat there, but still super, super cute. Let's talk about now Pecos Bill. This is another location that has gotten some negative press in the past, but I do always like their party offerings, and their new menu is really, really good. So over at Pecos Bill, the first option that we have here is their Cursed Cowboy Fries. So that is sweet potato fries topped with barbecue burnt ends, chipotle queso, pico de gallo, and crispy jalapenos. So this sounds really good. Like, I'm not a spicy person, but I think aside from the jalapenos, I don't hate that offering. I like that it's on sweet potato fries. Personally, I like sweet potato fries better than regular French fries. But that sounds like a really good option. And then they also have a couple other new things over here. This one is the Frightful Black Bean Burger. And I think the thing that bothers me the most about this one is the bun is so purple. Like we just saw the blue cornmeal waffle over at Sleepy Hollow, and it looked a little more like, okay, this one is so purple in this photo. So I'm interested to see what it looks like in real life. You know, do the photos match what we actually get on the plate when we order these things? But the Frightful Black Bean Burger is topped with a jalapeno ranch slaw and jalapeno chips and served with French fries. And this is a plant-based burger. So keep that in mind if you're somebody that prefers to eat plant-based or needs to eat plant-based for whatever reason. This is a fun plant-based option that you can offer over at the over at Pecos Bill. So definitely a fun option. And the other thing that they have is this little cake treat that they have that is a skullicious cake that is a chocolate cake with chocolate mousse and peanut butter buttercream with with chocolate popping candies on the top and a chocolate cookie crust. And it's got a huge, probably white chocolate, I'm assuming, skull decoration on the top. I think that sounds a little bit like chocolate overload. I like that they have the peanut butter in there to kind of help with that, but that is going to be a very rich option, I have a feeling. So, prepare accordingly for that if that sounds like something that you would like. All of these options over at Pecosville are all party exclusive. So this is one of those locations with that mobile ordering like I was talking about earlier, where you just have to be really careful about what time you plan to mobile order so that you don't get locked out of the system during that swap over. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had tissue sitting right here. Okay. So I think that is it for our long list of food items that are new, which, like I said, is quite a lot. And that is so typical of these parties that they always have a ton of food options that they try to rotate through. They keep a lot of the standard favorites, but they do like to rotate through and add some new stuff. I feel like this year's list of new stuff is a lot of really good options. They have some good savory options. They have some nice sweet options. So I'm interested to see some of the reviews that come back from some of the, you know, YouTubers and content creators out there. Always take what they say with a grain of salt because everybody's opinions are different, but I'm interested to see kind of what people's take is of some of these food offerings for this year. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Okay. We're gonna talk about merch. So now I gotta swap this to this one. Oh, why didn't that load? Okay, timeout. See, this is thank you, Anna. I didn't say thank you earlier when you said bless you. I appreciate you. Not that one. This one. There it goes. Okay. We got it now. We're gonna look at this one. Does this is this the one that has the photos though? It does. Okay. And then not so scary merch. That's what I want to talk about first. Well, let's talk about this stuff first, I guess. Disney Store, Disney Parks. Why are you not going over? Are you broken? You're broken. Hello? Hello? What are we doing here? No. Oh, come on. We gotta talk about that line too. Oh, those are so cute. let's try this again. Oh, this is a different one. That's okay. Oh, this is the new villains one. Okay, we're going to leave that one up. Oh my gosh, there's so much merch, you guys. Okay, this is what I want. There we go. But why wouldn't that... Tell me why this won't scroll over. There we go. Oh my gosh. They're making this so difficult. Okay, here we go. We're going to go back. Gotta go back to the beginning. Okay. I know, so much fun merch. Okay, I'm going to keep myself up in the corner up here, I think. Here, oops, not that. There we go. I think that's where I want to be. Sorry, I'm checking myself on my phone to make sure I know where I am on the screen. I've got my phone sitting down here so I can see myself. I don't know what's happening upstairs. Okay. All right. I had to mix that in a little. Okay. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. I think we're good now. Sorry, that was a little chaotic there for a moment. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the merch. So every year there is new party merch and just new Halloween merch released by Disney, and this year obviously is no different. So we're going to talk about some of the just Halloween merch, and then we're going to talk about what is specific to Not So Scary Halloween Party. There's a ton this year, so I'm going to kind of fly through it, but all of the images that I'm showing you are directly from Disney and from Disney Parks blog. So if you see something or hear me say something that you're like, oh, that sounds super cute, then head over there to find what it is that you might be looking for. So the first thing that we're going to look at here is this actually was posted back in April. So this is kind of like their sneak peek of all of the new things coming. So this is the just like generic Halloween collection that they first came out with. So you can see we've got lots of cute little Disney themed. They've got like the pajama pants. They've got the sweatshirts, which I love me a good crew neck. And I love that this is like embroidered. How cute. The front of that has the little Mickey holding the pumpkin on it. They've also got this Headless Horseman themed sweatshirt that's like a hoodie as well as this like hockey style jersey. I love this one a lot. It's got the Mickey pumpkin head on the front, and then they're going to have a Disneyland and Disney World version, but this one is the Disney World version that's got the 71 and the Walt Disney World on the back. I think that is so, so cute. Oops. I think that one is so super cute. So I love that option. We've got new ears. Of course, there are always new ears. I like these ones this year because they are a different like mixture of all of the different characters together, right? So you've got the little pumpkin with the little Mickey ears on that has been like super popular the last 2 years. You've got a little owl, you've got a black cat, you've got Candy and a spider, and Mickey and Minnie as pumpkin heads. Like just so many fun little options on this one. And then they've got a bat themed headband as well with ears. It looks kind of plushy on this one. I think that one is a super fun option. And if you are somebody that likes the create your own headbands. I've got a couple of them. I think they're so much fun. This year they came out with a Minnie and a Mickey pumpkin head option for your headband. And then that cute little bat with the little Mickey ears on is so cute. And those are like plushy with the Velcro on the bottom. The other thing that they came out with for that this year is, why are we not going over now? There we go. Is look at the hat. I think the hat is so much fun. It's got that Walt Disney World logo with like the candy corn ombre color and the spider webs on it as well. So much fun for both Disney World and Disneyland for that baseball hat option also. We've got cute little bat Mickey earrings that they've got, as well as the Mickey Mouse Halloween wreath earrings as well. Some other little jewelry options with mini ears and slap bracelets and a cute little tote that's got Happy Halloween on it. So a ton of really fun options. We've got some plushie options. They've got a Sally Slater plushie from the Haunted Mansion, which I love her. She's like my favorite stretching room character. And then they have a vampire Stitch plush this year as well, which I think is super, super fun. They always do a fun little Stitch plush, which I'm not mad about. So they also announced a bunch of stuff coming to Oogie Boogie, but that is Disneyland specific. So we're going to hop over that and get down now to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party merchandise. So these are the options for people that are attending the party. It is party exclusive merch. So you have to either know someone that is going to a party or go to a party yourself to get these different options. So they have a crew neck. That's what this one is over here. They have this crew neck that has the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. I love that the back of it has like Oogie Boogie. It has it has some ghosty figures on it. It's got the hitchhiking ghosts. It's got the Sanderson sisters as well as Mickey and Minnie on that one. And then the other one is the t-shirt option that has a similar Mickey and Minnie with the castle. And it's got a cute little pocket on the front, which is super fun little detail on that. And then if we scroll down here, we've got the little baseball hat that's kind of like a distressed denim with the kind of a little spookier looking vampire Mickey. He's a little happier in the other merchandise that we just looked at, but they've got that. And then new this year that they have not done until this year for the Halloween party is a bag charm. Is that what they call them? What are they? Hold on. That didn't sound right. Yeah, bag charm. Okay. So new this year that they have not done for Halloween before is a bag charm that is exclusive. So this is the little plush Mickey vampire bag charm that you can get. I think he's adorable. I love the color options that they put on him. I think he is going to sell out immediately. So if you are at one of the first Halloween parties, definitely be sure to grab one as soon as the merchandise opens because I think he is going to absolutely sell out very quickly. They also have this cute little mug that's got Mickey on it, like Vampire Mickey, and a ornament that is the castle kind of looking all spooky like it does during the fireworks, and a cute little frame that has the similar artwork to what we saw on the t-shirt as well. So that's kind of that line. They also had some other Legos and Joffrey's coffee collection. They had, yeah, Sally's flower pot with Legos. They had all sorts of other fun little people that are like Maleficent and Hades, right? They always have so much fun merch that comes out. But the other collection that I want to highlight here is they just came out with a villains collection, and they also just came out with this like pink and white looking collection that is similar but not the same as what they did last year with that like viral ghost collection that they had that came out last year. So we're just going to briefly look through some of this just because I think it's super fun. They've got some really great things coming to Disney Store and Disney Parks. They've got these football style jerseys. So they've got the Maleficent one, and then they also have a Headless Horseman one, which I love that they're doing so much for the Headless Horseman this year. I think that's a super fun character to include in all of their Halloween stuff that they've done. There's also a Villain's Spirit jersey that will be in this collection, as well as some of these different Disney always does like dress shop dresses, or they partner with Ashley Eckstein's company and do different things for clothes in that line. I don't know if this one is Disney Parks or not, but it's a cute little villains themed dress. They also have these bags that they're doing. They're kind of like they're not plush, but they are they look like carpet to me. And I don't mean that in any type of way other than they're just kind of fuzzy like carpet. But they've got some different bag options with Maleficent and the Evil Queen on there. Lots of different mug options. I love this Maleficent mug with the dragon on one side and Maleficent on the other. And then this one is a really great color with the green flames on it as well. Super, super fun. Again, more Headless Horseman you can see with this figurine that they've sold. Again, I don't feel like they've done much with the Headless Horseman in the past, so I love that that is a featured character this year. And then the Vanessa doll, if you're a Little Mermaid fan and you like Ursula, this is her in her Vanessa form with the shell necklace on and everything. So like a little collectible style Barbie for that one as well. And then of course we've got our, what do they call it? The Cutie Ghost collection is coming back again this year. They've got some pink Minnie Mouse ears that I think they're supposed to give like pumpkin vibes. They just look like pastel pink little Minnie Mouse heads to me. They've got little coin purses and bags that go with them as well as blankets and pajamas. I love the little mini ghost holding, what is that, coffee? Probably holding a pumpkin spice latte in the back there. Super fun with that little collection also. And then, of course, they have their standard Happy Halloween stuff, the matching PJ sets and family collections. They've got new plushies. We just saw the Stitch one, but they've also got, of course, their Mickey and Minnie that are themed for this year. And I love these little, you guys have seen me do videos and talk about these little, what do they call them? Urapoka-chan little mini plush, the ones that are like super cute and tiny, but they've got a little Chip and Dale this year. I think they're so cute. I would love to have those little Chip and Dale ones. I hope they come to my Disney outlet if I can't make it down. And of course, they've got things like glow necklaces, trick-or-treat baskets, magic bands, more mugs and figurines. Again, there is no shortage of Halloween merch when it comes to this time of year at Disney. They also did release an entire new Haunted Mansion collection, which I think we talked briefly about when we were talking to Duck about other Halloween style stuff not that long ago in an episode. But they've got a whole set of Haunted Mansion ornaments. They've got a Werecat Lady limited edition doll. They've got all sorts of other fun stuff. So again, no shortage of merch when it comes to spooky season and all of that at Disney. And I apologize for just kind of flying through that quickly, but if I didn't, we would be here for an entire hour just talking about the merch. So I think that is kind of the overview of what is new for 2026 for spooky season and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. But let's talk about a few of my favorites before we kind of wrap up today's episode. A few things that I just want to mention that I love about the Halloween party. I have been twice to the Halloween party. I went in, let's see, 2015, I believe. 2014 or 2015. And then I went again in 2022 with my kids. All four of us, my husband and I and my two kids went together. But a couple of my favorites from the parties is, first of all, I love the ride overlays. If you're someone that can tolerate Space Mountain, it is so much fun to do during the Halloween party because they turn all of the lights off. So it just makes it that much more unpredictable and thrilling, and I love that so much. And then the teacup overlay is also so much fun. They play fun themed music, and they've got fun lighting underneath the canopy. Just a really, really fun, unique experience that you can have on either of those rides if you are someone that enjoys the rides. Um, you can't go wrong with any of the entertainment that they have over there for Not So Scary. I love the Boo to You parade. I think it is one of the best parades that Disney has ever offered. They make slight little changes to it year after year, but I love it so much. The soundtrack gets stuck in my head in the very best way, but I love the Boo to You parade. It is so much fun, and the fireworks there are so much fun. It is Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular Fireworks Show. It is hosted by Jack Skellington, and I won't say more than that. If you haven't seen, I won't spoil it for you, but he does appear in a very fun way, but it's all completely themed. There's a great storyline that is told through the fireworks and the projections and the audio. I love it so much. It's exactly what I feel like a Disney fireworks show should be, in the way that it almost tells a story to the point where you can like visualize and see it in your head. I love that so much about the fireworks show there. And the other thing that I love is just there are so many fun characters. And that's not even just like the character meet and greets, right? There are unique characters in Boo to You. There are, like I said, live performers outside of the Haunted Mansion. There's the Cadaver Dans. They take the Dapper Dans and they spookify them for Mickey's Not So Scary, and they sing some different songs that you can experience, right? Just so many fun characters. And the characters do vary. In the past, though, you typically get to meet like Pooh and friends all together. If you're talking like regular standard character meet and greets, right? You get to meet Pooh and friends all together. There's no other time other than during these parties where you can meet Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore all at the same time. And they're all in their Halloween costumes. I can't. It's just the best. It's just the best. This is one of the times also where you can find princesses and princes together at the same time, which is super, super fun. So you not only get to see princesses, which are normal, but their princes are with them. The Seven Dwarves have been out and available previously during this. They were not last year, and I don't know yet this year. We won't know all of the characters that are out for Not So Scary until that first party map comes out on Friday. So we're kind of guessing here based on historically what they've done in the past, but typically that's what we see. But either way, so many fun groups of characters, so many unique characters that you get to see at this event. That's one of my absolute favorite things. And the last thing that I will just mention that I love about Not So Scary are the costumes. So this is the one time of year where you are allowed to wear costumes to the park, right? Typically, if you are under, was it 12 and under, you're allowed to wear costumes during the day, but anyone older than that is not allowed except for during Not So Scary Halloween party. Now, there are certain regulations and things that they ask you to follow. They don't want your costume touching the ground. You can't have anything that any props that appear to be weapon-like. You know, there are certain stipulations you do have to follow. You can't have like a full face mask that covers you, you know, safety concerns and things like that. But I love the costumes. The costumes that people come up with are absolutely insane. And it's also just so much fun to plan a costume together, right? So when we went as a family, we did a whole superhero group together. My husband did Iron Man, I did Black Widow, and then my kids were Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, and it was so much fun. They had a blast in their costumes. We had so much fun walking around. People loved our theme that we had together. My kids had a blast like complimenting other people on their costumes and their choices, and it was just so fun to see all of the costumes for that night inside of the park. You know, you never knew who you were going to see and what iterations of what costumes, and the creativity that all of our fellow Disney fans have is pretty unmatched. So those are kind of my favorites. There's lots of great food. There's just the atmosphere is great. The trick-or-treating is super fun. But my favorites are really those ride overlays, and those shows are pretty far up there. If it were me and I were doing the party just by myself without my family, I would probably do the Boot to You parade both times. I would do the fireworks show. I would take advantage of all of those exclusive things that you can do during the party. And that's my best advice for anybody that's going. Prioritize the exclusive party things. I wouldn't spend a ton of time doing extra rides that you could do like during a normal day at Magic Kingdom. But the overlays and the exclusive characters, if you're a character person, don't miss the parade, don't miss the fireworks. It's just a really, really great event. So hopefully this gave you a good snapshot look at what is new for 2026 and just a few suggestions and tips as we went through this list. I hope that if you are visiting and going during Halloween and going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, that you have the absolute most not spooky season at Disney World. Magic Kingdom is so much fun during the any holiday that you're visiting. So I hope you have the absolute best time, and I hope this episode was helpful to you. Coming up next on Mom Street USA, we, I believe, are going back to the hub. So I'm not sure yet what we're going to be doing, but we will be visiting the hub with Duck and Jess on our next episode. So stay tuned for that. And as always, if you need help planning or need suggestions or guidance on an upcoming trip that you've got to Disney or Universal, you can always reach out to us, momstreetusa@gmail.com or at momstreetusa on various different social media platforms. We would absolutely love to hear from you. We would absolutely love to help you with your trip that is coming up. So I think that's it for this spooky season episode of Mom Street USA. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will catch you on the next episode. Bye, everyone. And scene. Do-do-do. Stop recording. We did it! Huzzah! Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out and being here. Thanks for bearing with my tech issues here. I feel like there were things I forgot to talk about, but I didn't. I got through everything. I cannot tell you how excited I made you want to go. I'm so sorry, Anna. I have also made myself want to go because I just want to go see Angel and Lilo and Stitch, but like Stitch is around more often. I just want to go see Angel and Lilo. So I'm not sure if I'm even going to make it down to Disney this fall. So trying not to make any plans or get my hopes up. But I know it's such a fun event. It really truly is so much fun. So it was fun getting to do some more research on it. You know, we've covered Mickey's Not So Scary before. So like I didn't really want to do a like rehash of like, here's what you can do and here's what they offer and here's what we suggest and blah, 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 and all that kind of thing. So was just trying to hit the highlights on what was new for the year and like highlights on what like my favorite things were. So hopefully it'll be helpful for anybody that is going this year. You think you can make it happen just over a couple of days? Yeah, Anna, that would be so fun. Even if you just go down for the party, right? You've been to Christmas but not Halloween. Yeah, I've done both. And it's hard for me to choose. I really love, I mean, Christmas time is my favorite time of year, like hands down my favorite time of year. So because of that, I lean more towards Christmas, but I also really love the Halloween parade. So that's where I get stuck. But I'm just such a parade person, right? Like I made a specific trip down last year just for the opening of the Starlight Parade. Like I'm just a parade person at my core. So like you get me with a good parade and I'm sold. So I think because of that, the Christmas just barely edges out Halloween, but it's like so stinking close. And then if you ask me to like rank my favorite parades, I don't even know. I don't even know that I could, because to think about Starlight, all the parades that I've seen, right? Starlight, Festival of Fantasy, Boo to You, Very Merry Christmas, Electrical Light Parade. I don't know. I don't know that I could rank them. It's too hard. It's too hard. You haven't been since 2020. Haven't been to Halloween since 2020, Anna? Like at Disney? Is that what you're saying? Like you haven't been to the party since 2020? I just love it all. And I'm desperate to get away and get back down to Disney, but it'll happen. It'll happen. We're rounding out the end of summer and the crazy stressful time that can be summer break with my kids and finding time to do all the things I need to do. Yeah, to the party. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Right now the majority of my work is done from 9 p.m. to midnight because my kids are home during the day and I can't get a lot done. So we're rounding out the end of that time to where things will start to settle down a little bit more. My kids go back to school in about a week and a half. So we're in the crazy pre back to school time of I got to figure out our budget for school supplies and figure out how we're going to get everything we need to get and take them to all their back to school stuff, and it's a lot. How's the garden? It's good, Jules. I know Vinny was asking me, I don't know if he's on here listening or not. Vinny was asking me yesterday in Lem's chat. And I was like, I haven't posted in like 3 weeks because I just can't. I don't have the brain capacity to do it, but it's so good. I just harvested a massive amount of blackberries yesterday. We already had one round that I made like a blackberry banana bread that was really, really good. I have a ton of blackberries that the kids asked if I would make them muffins. So I think that's what we're going to do this weekend. My littlest has really shown a huge interest in wanting to bake a lot. So she loves it when I let her bake stuff with me. So I think she and I will probably make some muffins together. Oh, my pumpkins are the squash bugs. But I found out that apparently, which I didn't know, that squash bugs, you're supposed to like rotate your pumpkin like crop because once squash bugs are in an area, you like really can't get rid of them unless you like torch them, which I don't really want to set my garden on fire, you know? So had I known that prior to this year, oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy. I'm so sorry. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay. But had I known that prior to this year, I would have planted our pumpkins in a different location. But the squash bugs got to them again. So that's okay. It was just an experiment. We're going to figure it out. And we're going to put them in a different location next year and cross our fingers that we just want like 2 or 3 really good pumpkins to put on the front porch. That's literally all we want. So we'll see what happens with that. Your garden is about done, but we're freezing so many tomatoes. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Anna. Yeah, I need to go out. I finally have some bell peppers, I think, that are ready to harvest, that I've got to go check out. So I need to actually do that today. We've had so many cucumbers. Last week, I think I picked a dozen cucumbers out of our garden. And I think when I looked last night, there are 4 more that I'm going to end up picking out, picking in the next, like harvesting in the next probably 2 days. So, and our green beans are cycling again. I saw a bunch of flowers out there last night too. So I was like, yes, we already had one round of good green beans that we were able to, that we had enough that we could eat like a serving of as a family, which was so much fun to have. The kids loved it. They're like, we grew these. So that was super fun too. Would you do a watermelon? I would love to do a watermelon. That would be so much fun. My kids love watermelon. So maybe we'll put watermelon over where the pumpkins were, because I don't think the squash bugs will mess with the watermelon. That's not a bad idea, Jules. That's not a bad idea at all. Or some kind of melon, right? That would be fun. They would like that. The kids would love that. But yeah, I want to expand our garden. I want to do more with it. So we'll see what happens. You got quite a few cucumbers, but you pulled that plant up last week. Was it done, Anna, or were you just done with it? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the garden has been doing really good. I'm very happy. We bought, I think we bought one round of cucumbers early in the season while ours were still growing, but ever since then we haven't bought any, and we've had like almost too many that have grown in the garden. So last year around this time, we gifted a bunch of cucumbers to our neighbors. We said, "Here, you have kids. Do you want some cucumbers?" It was done. Yeah. Ours are still growing, which is really, really good. So it cooled off. It was so hot like 2 weeks ago, and it finally cooled off to where it's been like tolerable. So that's been nice. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. So hopefully in the next week or so I can do a garden update, but it's been so busy. I think your season's probably ahead of yours because of your weather. Yeah, probably, Anna. You're probably a little bit ahead. Your stuff probably starts growing quicker than ours. Our ground stays cold probably longer than yours since you're further south than we are. And this year I felt like I had to wait a little bit longer to plant like our cucumbers and stuff because we had to wait until, it wasn't going to be, the ground wasn't going to freeze and all that. And I feel like it took a little bit longer into the season for it to happen this year compared to last year. So yeah, but it's good. Thanks for asking, Jules. All right, friends. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being here and spending your Friday afternoon with me. I'm gonna wrap it up because my kiddo has an event at his gymnastics gym that we're gonna go to, and then we have a back to school party tonight, and all sorts of fun things going on. But I also think Distry is getting ready to start here shortly too. So we'll probably all end up hopping over there. But have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will catch you guys at some point on the live streams in the chat. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.